Okay, that is the conducting the investigation. So there are 5 steps to follow in conduct the accident investigation. The first one is interview the witness, identify the witness, photograph or videotape the scene, record all the evidence, and isolate the accident site. Okay, to gather the information, the first one, time is often essence, so it's need to do the as soon as possible after the accident happen, and then take samples, photo, measurement, and sketch diagram. So they need to preserve and protect the data, information, and evidence, and collect in order to fragilities such as people, position, part, and papers. And then record injury types and groups, identify people involved, and interview injured witness, supervisor, and others. All the people involved need to be. So when we need to gather the information from the people is through the interviewing witnesses. So when we need to interview is begin as soon as the witness list has been compiled and proceed expeditiously. So recollection will be best right after the accident, and immediately avoid the possibility of the witness comparing notes and as a result change their story. So that's why we need to interview as soon as possible after we identify who the witness. And then the witness should be interviewed individually and separately, preferable before they have talked to each other. So sebelum dia bercakap dengan orang lain, di-influence oleh orang lain, we need to interview the witness. Okay, next is where to interview. So the best place is at the accident scene. So if not possible, in a private setting elsewhere. So it is important to ensure the distraction are removed and instruction guarded against. So it is also important to select the neutral location in which witness will feel comfortable. So kena cari tempat yang witness comfortable. Tak boleh cari tempat yang dia rasa takut, sebab dia sebagai saksi, bukan penjenayahnya atau bukan yang melakukan kesalahan. So all person interviewed should be allowed to relate their recollection without fear of contradiction or influence by other witness or employees. So all the person yang interview tu pun tak boleh ada relation daripada, tak boleh dengar recollection ataupun cerita daripada witness yang lain ataupun pekerja yang lain. So how to interview? So put the witness at ease and to listen. So dengar apa yang witness nak cakap. So phrase the question in open-ended format. So jangan kita guide dia untuk menjawab soalan dengan kaedah macam kita nak mempengaruhi dia setuju dengan apa yang kita cakap. Maksudnya nak tanya tu pun kena open-ended format, sebab kita tak nak mempengaruhi jawapan witness. And then interrupt only if absolute necessary to seek clarification on a critical point. Jangan asyik interrupt je, buat dia confused ataupun dia panic. Okay. So how to interview? So information sought when interview accident witness. So we need to know who, and then what, when, where, why, and how. So kena ada 6 perkara ni. So if you can keep your note, so how to interview again? So if you can keep your note taking to a minimum during the interview, your chance of getting inhibit information are increased. So note taking can distract and even frighten a witness. Jangan asyik nak nulis je. So kita punya witness akan terganggu dan juga berasa takut. And then listen during the interview. Jangan kita tak dengar dia betul-betul. Nanti dia nak cerita pun jadi macam demotivate. Okay. So after witness leave, develop your notes immediately. So kita kena record dulu apa yang dia cerita, and then kita summary. Tapi jangan summary benda yang salah, yang tak dicerita kita buat cerita. Tak boleh. So next is why not tape the interview. Kita juga tak boleh directly nak tape sesuka hati, rakam apa yang apa witness cakap. Boleh nak rakam tapi ada dia punya kaedah dia. So safety and help professional disagree on effectiveness and advisability of taping. So those who favor it claim it allows the interviewer to concentrate on listening without having to worry about forgetting a key point or interrupt the witness to jot down critical information. And those opposed to taping say that taping device tend to inhibit witness so that they are not as forthcoming as they will be without taping. So taping also slow down the investigation while the tape interview is transcribed. So that's why taping is not proper for the interview. So if the interview is to be taped, the following rules of thumb should be applied. So there is a rule of thumb need to consider if no choice want to be taped for the interview. So the first one, use the smallest and most unobtrusive device available, and then inform the witness. Jangan kita rakam secara sembunyi. Make sure the device is working properly. Jangan nak asyik kacau dia. Kejap. Alamak, habis bateri lah, apalah. Tak boleh. So discuss unrelated matter at the beginning to put the witness at ease, and make personnel available to transcribe tapes immediately and read transcribe as soon as available. Okay, next is an effective technique to use with eyewitness is to ask them to reenact or reboot the accident for you. So suruh dia berlakon semula macam mana keadaan dekat accident site yang berlaku. And then in using the reenactment technique, if an eyewitness does exactly what the victim did, there may be another accident. So that's why kaedah reenactment technique ni pun berkesan juga untuk kita identify the factor which caused the accident. Okay, so the second one is the gathering information in terms of the position. Tadi adalah person by interviewing. So for the position, the document and the incident scene before any change are made. So such as the victim location, position of each witness on a master charge, machinery, energy and chemical source, other contribution factors. Sebab tu kalau kita tengok CSI, kawasan victim tu dia akan colorkan warna putih, labelkan, ataupun dia tak kasih orang masuk, tak boleh langgar. Okay, so it is important to gather the information on the position sites, and then take photos, draw, scale, sketch and record measurement. Okay, for the information in terms of the part, so around the incident scene, prior to, during or after the incident that may have influence, such as material, piece of plants, tools, equipment and building. So may require qualified person to examine or comprehensive testing or sophisticated equipment, and then report by expert witness will form part of the investigation evidence. Okay, next, in terms of paper, the production of schedules or process diagram, check the current working procedure, check qualification, training record, corrective action, equipment maintenance record and incident records. Okay, next is the finding. So for the finding, the first one is isolate essential contributory factors. Would the incident have happened if this particular factor was not present? Sama ada kalau perkara ni tak berlaku, accident akan berlaku ataupun tidak. So itu dia kena identify lah. And then determine the cause, employee action, environment condition, equipment condition, procedure and training. And then the last one is find root cause by asking what caused behavior, why the equipment was not fixed, why the condition was not corrected. So the next one is to determine the corrective action. So the corrective action will be taken by the recommendation, and then the recommendation for the corrective action to improve by the OSH management system in the